Hey everyone, welcome to Integrating Power BI with Other Applications. I am Tim Weinzapfel, and this is the second part of a video around connecting to document library metadata with Power BI. This is focusing on SharePoint URLs. Now, if you missed the first video, I'm going to put a link up here to that video. Definitely recommend checking that out because in that one, I cover how you can connect your Power BI report to a document library and pull in all the metadata and show the advantages of that. Now, this video is going to focus only on URLs. I'm going to show a couple of examples from what I've seen and also kind of show why this is very useful to use. So first of all, let's jump over and say why worry about URLs and why cover a video on it? Well, let me give an example and how I've used it and how I find it to be very useful. Here is a SharePoint library. I've got a very simple library with a number of folders or files in my library. And you can see I've got a mix of Word and Excel. I even have a PDF here, and I have I put in a Power BI file. And I'll kind of show why that is. But what is the advantage of it? Well, let me jump over to a report. Now, again, in the last video, I talked about how you could connect your Power BI report to the library and then get all the metadata. For example, the description, the status, the document type, the name, all of this information, including other information. But I want to focus this video on URLs. And here is an example where I've got my files that are showing up here, and I'm going to have 3 examples of URLs. So you see the file name. This again corresponds with over here. And what you'll see is I have the URL. I've got 2 examples. And by pulling in this information and making these information available, I can directly click on the URLs to access the file. So for example, let's say I want to access this third one. I could click right here. I'll just click on the second one first. I can click in there and the document opens right up. So the advantage of it to me is as you are pulling together, say you have a library of files and you want to actually be able to pull all that in. Not only do you want to pull that in, but I've got the metadata. So if I want to go ahead and pull in the document type, so I've got file name, I've got the document type. Now I can filter. I just want to see the Word documents. That's the power of connecting your Power BI report to a document library and then having all that data available. What I have found, though, is there are different ways you can pull in URLs. So I'm going to actually go through 3 examples. I've got 1 and 2 here, and I've got a third one that I'll show. Whether or not, I mean, it's useful. It really kind of depends on your situation. But to me, it's always nice to see what's out there and what's available depending on your situation. Now, one thing to be aware of that you have to do right initially to make sure that Power BI recognizes your columns as a URL, and I've got an example here, is where this first one, URL example 1 column, you can see it's hyperlinked. If I hover over it, it automatically gives me the pointer to click on it that I can do. The second one, I don't. And it's not, even though it has a URL in it, it's just seeing it as free text or normal text. So what you got to do, the simple thing is just make sure that in your table, you have designated it as a URL. So simply, if you click on the column you want and you go up here to data category, and if you do, you want web URL, if you are pulling in an image, you certainly want to choose image URL, but you do web URL, that will set it as a clickable URL. So let me cover 3 different examples. Now, the first 2 are very similar. The third one I've not pulled in yet. I will pull that in here in a second. But what I wanted to do is first show, here are the URLs that I've pulled in. Now, this first one will come directly from the underlying metadata that I was able to pull in from connecting to the document library list information. And the second one is pretty much the same. The difference between the two is that what you'll see is, and I'm going to go to, let me go to the Word one. In fact, let me just filter to Word to make this a little easier. You'll see on these two Word files, here's the URL, but then you'll see this and action interactive preview. This section right here is, I have removed it in this section. So let me show you the behavior between these two URLs simply because of this, this extra action that is included in the URL. If I click on this first one, this is just a simple Word document. What it'll do is it opens it up, but it's in a kind of a read-only, a preview mode. So I can while I can kind of highlight text, I can't actually type. I'm actually typing on my keyboard, so it is kind of a read-only format. So that's the first example. And let me close that. Now the second example is what I actually did is I went to the column and I just removed this and action equals interactive preview. So you see it missing here. If I click on it, what it'll do is it actually opens it up just as if I was opening up Word, and I wanted now to make changes. I can go here and I can go ahead and add new text, so I can do that. So there's just a very simple difference in the URLs, but it does change the behavior. Now I'm using a Word document here. Let me close this. If there are other, I'm going to get into some different examples. If, for example, if you're looking at a PDF file, what I have found is that the behavior between two PDF file, the URLs, there is no difference. In fact, you'll even see here, I mean, there is no this and interact. That's not even showing on the PDF one as well. So no difference there. The other thing is I pulled in this is a PBI file, and you'll see there's no actual URL that is pulled in from the metadata. So what I have found is that the behavior is really going to depend on the file type. Now, because many of us work with Office files, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, you can see that I've got a PowerPoint here, I've got Excel, and so you can see that interactive preview is there in this first example, and then I've removed it. Now, how I've removed it was very simple. I just, I'm going to go to the Power Query. I will jump here, and what you'll see is I really just made a copy of this. This is the standard file that comes out when I connect to the SharePoint list. And I just went in here and I've added it's basically just like if you were to go here, I right click on it, I replace values. I'll go ahead and click insert, and then I would go in and type, I want to replace it's the and action equals interactive preview. I would just type that in, which corresponds with this text right here, and replace it with, I leave that blank, and it'll just remove it. I'm not going to go ahead and do that, but that's the step right here. So that is the first two examples, and just how I took care of that. Now, let me go to the third example. The third example is, I'll pull this URL in. What you'll see is it is more of what you would see as your traditional kind of direct link to a file, right? You don't have all of that those extra characters that I have no clue what they mean. This is sort of your more direct one. And I've actually created this, and I'll show that here in a second, but I've actually created that file. But what you'll see is you'll see all of them. So the PDF, that one, there's a file. My PowerPoint, there's a file, but I can go ahead and click on any of these, and let me click on that Word document again. It was this one right here. And what you'll see is this one now, and I have to move this over, will open up into Word directly. So, and again, there was the text I've just added, so, and that gives me the option to edit it. So, and if I have PDF, again, PDF, I can click on the link, and it'll open up. This one is again a preview mode because I'm opening up a PDF. But again, if I have a PBI file, what it'll do is it'll actually ask me to download. So just different behaviors for how you can create these depending on kind of what your needs are. And creating this I just did this again in Power Query. When I pulled that in, let's see, that is example 3. Over here and added custom. It is this one here. And all that I'm doing is I am just concatenating other columns that I've got here. Let me see if I can click on that here. And all I'm doing is I've got these other columns that I pulled in from the metadata. I've got this server that's relative. This was some of that information I've pulled in, and I just had to add in the initial part of the URL because this is pulling in after where you have sites, and I've went ahead and I've had to add in the actual URL to my SharePoint site. So just had to create that quickly, and then there's my URL. So again, just a couple of different examples of how you can create different URLs and get different behaviors depending on the type of files that you have. So thanks for watching. Hope you found that useful. And that will wrap up a couple of ways to connect to your SharePoint metadata. So make sure if you like this to either leave a comment, make sure to subscribe. I'll have some continuing videos as we start to integrate Power BI with other applications. Thank you.